One of the most historic Super Bowls in history also brought a former Red Raider his second championship ring. We'll have all the details coming up.
The spring semester may have just started, but many students are already thinking about their future. We'll show you how a couple groups on the Tech campus are helping students plan ahead.
And an actor famous for helping kids learn the power of reading is making a stop on the Tech campus. Find out how you can be a part of this special event.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Casey Buscher.
And I'm Nick Hay. No matter where you look up today, the top story making headlines is Super Bowl 51. From the commercials to Lady Gaga's halftime performance, social media has been flooded with posts talking about the year's most watched event.
That's right, Nick. Even though most people expected the buzz around the entertainment portion of this year's event, few predicted that the game itself would produce the biggest headlines of the night. The 51st edition of the NFL Championship featured Tom Brady and the New England Patriots against Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The Patriots came into the game with the winningest record in NFL history, while the Falcons brought the nation's #1 offense to Houston's NRG Stadium. In a surprising start to the game, Atlanta scored 21 unanswered points in the second quarter, putting New England into the biggest hole they faced before halftime in Super Bowl play. New England was able to kick a field goal at the end of the second quarter, bringing the score to 21-3 at halftime. After the break, Matt Ryan passed for one additional touchdown in the beginning of the third quarter to extend Atlanta's lead to 25. But after that, the Patriots took over and sealed the victory, scoring 31 unanswered points. The Patriots' final touchdown came in overtime, invoking the sudden death rule and ending the game with a final score of 34-28. The Patriots' win was not only one of the most exciting in Super Bowl history, it was also a new record as the largest comeback for any team. Last night's game also included several more records, mostly set by quarterback Tom Brady. The win marked Brady's 5th championship, making him the only quarterback in history with 5 Super Bowl rings. Brady also set the record for most pass attempts and yard passing in a Super Bowl. And Sunday's game marked Brady's 7th start in the NFL championship, also a new record. Beyond Brady, 2 other major records were set last night. Bill Belichick became the only head coach to lead his team to 5 Super Bowl wins. He's also the only head coach with 7 appearances in the championship. And perhaps the most unique history-making statistic, Super Bowl 51 was the first championship to ever go into overtime.
Although Tom Brady was the MVP of last night's Super Bowl, a former Red Raider also played a huge role in the Patriots' victory. Wide receiver Danny Amendola was a key part of New England's comeback from their 25-point third-quarter deficit. Amendola caught a 6-yard pass in the fourth quarter to bring the Patriots within 8 points of the Falcons' lead. Then, following a touchdown by James White, Amendola caught a short pass from Tom Brady to score a 2-point conversion, tying the game at 28. Amendola's efforts guaranteed the New England a chance at victory in overtime. Overall, Amendola had 8 receptions for 78 yards and 1 touchdown on the night. The win also secured Amendola a 2nd Super Bowl ring, with his first coming in Super Bowl 49 against the Seattle Seahawks. Amendola played for the Red Raiders as a wide receiver from 2004 to 2007. During his time at Texas Tech, Amendola racked up 204 receptions for 2,246 yards and 15 touchdowns. He also achieved a 11.06 yards average per punt return, making his 3rd best in Tech history. Amendola has spent 8 years in the NFL, and this year marked his 4th season with the New England Patriots.
Back here on campus, the spring semester is in full swing. And although most students' focus is on their current class schedule, a couple of groups on campus are helping get things on track for the not-so-distant future. Last Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the Texas Tech Alumni Association hosted the spring edition of the biannual graduation fair at the McKenzie-Murkett Alumni Center. The fair gives graduating seniors a one-stop shop to purchase a class ring, a cap and gown, apply for rebate from financial aid, and more. Students who missed out on last week's event still have plenty of time for opportunities to get their order in before commencement in May.
The best way for them to take care of the rings and the graduation announcements is to come to my office. And my office is here on the other side of the building. I'm here all the time from 8 to 5. They will be able to get their regalia from the bookstore on campus. And those are the three main things.
Even if you're not graduating this semester, the graduation fair is always a great resource for students finishing up their college career. Next semester's fair will be held on September 19th, 20th, and 21st.
The grad fair was not the only way students could plan beyond the spring semester. Last Wednesday, the Office of International Affairs held the Spring Study Abroad Fair in the Sub Ballroom. Representatives from colleges and departments around campus set up booths for potential students to learn all about opportunities beyond Lubbock.
It's a good opportunity for students to come by, learn more about study abroad, what opportunities are available for their major, minor, academic area, and also we have some students who are here who are returned study abroad students who can talk about their experience as well.
Along with the information provided at the fair, students also had a chance to take advantage of several photo ops at the event to promote study abroad opportunities. If you're interested in more information or to sign up for international opportunities offered by Texas Tech, visit studyabroad.ttu.edu.
Since classes started back in January, the weather has been pretty mild for a West Texas winter.
Yeah, Casey, and this past weekend was more than mild, with yesterday's high topping out at 80 degrees. So does that mean warmer weather is sticking around? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. MCTV's exclusive Memorial Circle cam is showing lots of sun this afternoon with just a few high clouds overhead. Temperatures today will get pretty close to the 80-degree mark again, but overnight lows will fall back into the upper 40s. Tomorrow, we'll see more sun, but the wind could cause some issues. Wind speeds will stay around 20 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 40. Temperatures will be slightly cooler, with the high finishing in the mid-70s. On Wednesday, we'll see another mostly sunny day with a few more clouds. The winds will calm down a bit, and temperatures will also cool a little bit more into the low 70s. Overnight lows should also drop back into the mid-30s, making for a cool evening. Those cooler temperatures will carry over to Thursday, with highs expected only to climb into the low 60s. Skies will be clear and winds should stay around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday's overnight lows will be back in the 40s. Looking ahead, an increase of sunshine may lead to a very warm end of next weekend. The Tech campus is host to many events and conferences throughout the year, bringing together a diverse group of people from academic institutions throughout the state and nation.
That's right, Nick, and last week was no exception. Reporter Megan Reyna has a look back at a unique event last Friday that brought some of the state's best and bright women to the hub city.
We don't have enough of these kinds of conversations on our campuses.
Texas Women in Higher Education hosts a regional conference for the second year at the McKenzie Market Alumni Center, addressing issues of gender equity in the university.
This year we have 140 women who are signed up to really network, to support one another, to address the challenges, and to talk about the possibilities that exist here at Texas Tech.
Keynote speaker Genevieve Durham DeCicero and Elizabeth Sharp were chosen by event coordinator Eliza Wong due to their work with Ordinary Wars, an award-winning dance and social science transdisciplinary project.
Focuses on representing social science data through dance with a goal toward making public the often privatized negotiations that women experience in trying to identify and respond to expectations of femininity.
Our main message would be to name the landscape, and we're offering a few ways forward. And one of the ways forward, of course, is to work together and do things instead of just complain.
I think people can relate to it in some capacity, and maybe by seeing it through dance helps them understand the issues more clearly or in a different way that maybe they hadn't anticipated.
It's connecting two different modes of communication together, but also the creative productivity of understanding body, of understanding movement, of understanding communication that is not necessarily through the traditional text. This is not just a conference about women in higher education. Without every single voice being at the table, without having civil and dignified and ethical conversations, the university is not as vibrant or as diverse or as promising a place for possibility.
to be able to come here and engage with other women who are experiencing many of the same things across the state, take resources back to our own campuses, it's really a privilege to be able to be a part of a discussion like this. That, we think, would truly be extraordinary.
As we mentioned earlier, the spring semester is already off and running here on campus. That means that there's also plenty of options to fill your time between class and homework. Let's take a look at the MCTV events calendar. Tonight, head over to the Himley Recital Hall for the Symphonic Band's first concert of the semester. Along with the band, Texas Tech's Flute Choir will also take the stage, performing several works and arrangements written specifically for the wind instrument. Tonight's performance starts at 7:30 p.m. and it's free and open to the public.
A famous actor will be making a special stop by the Tech campus, and you can join in on the festivities for free. LeVar Burton will take the stage at the Allen Theater tomorrow night at 7 p.m. as the introductory speaker for the African American History Lecture Series. Burton is best known for his time as host of the Emmy Award-winning children's series, Reading Rainbow. Burton's career also includes groundbreaking work in the TV miniseries Roots, and 7 seasons as Star Trek: The Next Generation's chief engineer, Geordi LaForge. Burton's lecture will focus on the theme of his talk, Value of Diversity, as he discusses lessons he's learned through his own life experiences as an African American in Hollywood. Tickets to tomorrow night's event are available for free in the Cross-Cultural Advancement Center located in Doak Hall. You can also call the number listed on your screen for more information.
And on Wednesday, you can take your first steps towards stardom during Tab's Spring Karaoke Night. Sing some warm-up numbers, grab some friends, and head over to the Sub Barnes & Noble to take part in Tech Activities Board's first musical event of the semester. The fun starts at 7 p.m. and will finish up around 9 p.m. As with all Tab events, karaoke night is free with a Tech ID. So Nick, are you planning on going to any of the events later this week?
I think I'm going to. I'm going to see LeVar Burton on Tuesday night. What about yourself?
I think so too. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.